Why did Malone and Payton? Why did those additions not work for the Lakers? Why did they lose that championship?
Oh, the Detroit
against Detroit.
Well, a bunch of reasons. It was the weirdest season ever. That's the 03-04 season.
Mm-hmm.
In that season alone, so the Lakers, they bring in Gary Payton, an old Gary Payton, and a very old Karl Malone. He was 40. Shaq wants his contract redone. Kobe's about to be a free agent. He's probably going to go to the Clippers. Phil Jackson wants to be brought back, but doesn't know if he's going to be brought back. And Kobe is flying back and forth from Eagle, Colorado, where he's on trial for raping a woman and might go to prison for 40 years.
Remember that? Yeah. That's crazy.
So
40 years?
All that crap is going on in the same year, right? All of that in the same season.
Damn.
They get to the finals. Kobe, so Shaq has been the MVP in all three of their championship wins, the MVP of the finals. Mm-hmm. Kobe definitely sets a goal of himself to be the MVP. And if you watch that series, this is Kobe. Shoot, nonstop. Shoot. Guys open. Nope. Shoot. Shot, nonstop. Shot them out of that series. But Detroit was great. They have no Hall of Famers on that team, but they were freaking. If you look at the Eastern Conference Finals and then the NBA Finals, Detroit was holding teams to 75, 80, 67, 70. It was just a great defensive job. And the Lakers were a mess at that point. They were just a total mess. So they weren't going to win it no matter who they had. They were not going to win that finals.
That was the same team that played the Spurs the next year, right?
Detroit.
And they lost in 7.
So you talked about Kobe almost being a Clipper. So tell me a little about that, because that's actually one of the questions here. They asked what teams did Kobe almost get traded to?
The Nets.
So he wasn't almost traded. What happened is it was the 03-04 season, and Kobe's going back and forth in Colorado. Nothing's going well, and I'm trying to get the exact reason it happened. Basically, he's tired of playing with Shaq. He doesn't want to play with Shaq. Tired of Shaq. And Shaq is tired of him. And Phil Jackson, I turned my phone off, sorry. And Phil Jackson is tired. I apologize. And Phil Jackson is tired of coaching Kobe because Kobe will not listen anymore. The whole thing is just a mess, a complete mess. And Kobe is kind of pissed at the Lakers. Multiple reasons. He's little things like Kobe can be really unlikable. He definitely had his moments. Like he was flying back and forth from Eagle, Colorado for the trial that he was on for the girl who wasn't his wife he had sex with and he was in Eagle, Colorado for a surgery he never even told the Lakers he was having. So this whole thing happened because he went to Eagle, Colorado to have surgery on his knee, went behind the Lakers' backs, had sex with a hotel clerk, and she accuses him of raping. So all this happens because of him. And he's kind of mad at the Lakers for not sending their private plane to pick him up, all kinds of really entitled stuff. That wasn't cool. He can't stand Shaq anymore. He's just done. And he's about to be a free agent. And he starts really thinking, I think I'm going to go to the Clippers. I'm going to sign with the Clippers at the end of this year. He tells the coach of the Clippers during one game, it's a timeout, and he says, get me out of here, to the Clippers coach.
You think that was more of a reason to just play the Lakers 4 times a year?
Say that again?
You think that was more of a reason just to play the Lakers 4 times a year?
I think the idea of being in the same building and stabbing the Lakers in the eye every time you beat them was pretty cool, But the owner of the Lakers, Jerry Buss, it was horrifying. The idea of Kobe Bryant going, this guy we drafted out of high school, we got out of high school, nurtured, developed, and then you leave in your prime to go play in the same building for the opposite team in the crappy franchise in town. That'd be devastating. So basically what happened is Jerry Buss he had to make a business decision. He was either keeping Shaq or keeping Kobe. And the Lakers had a backup guard named Kareem Rush. And after they lost Game 5 of the Detroit series, they're having a little team party. It's the end of the season. Nobody's happy, but they do this thing. They lose their Pistons. They're having a little team function. Kareem Rush is there, and Kobe comes in, and he says to Kareem Rush, he goes, I'm never playing with that motherfucker again. He was talking about Shaq. Then, shortly after that, Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers, walks in. Shaq is at the party with his wife. Kobe's at the party. The owner of the Lakers walks right past Shaq and goes up to Kobe and doesn't talk to Shaq at all. And Shaq said to me, I knew it was over at that point.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you think Kobe would have won the championship with the Clippers?
I mean,
they weren't too bad. I think Lamar Odom was there at that point.
No, he was not.
Oh,
at that
he was
point,
not
he was
there?
not.
That was the Darius Miles team, right?
Darius Miles, Quinn
Yeah, that was
Richardson,
Darius. Yeah, they were
Elton
good,
Brand.
Elton Brand was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
Chris Kaman was their
Chris
center.
Kaman was okay. He wasn't bad.
Chris
Kaman
was
pretty good.
Corey Maggette, was he there?
What do you won a championship with them? It's pot. You're the first person to ask me that. I'll give you credit for that. It's really hard to say. They didn't have all the pieces they needed, but adding Kobe to that mix, they're certainly a high seed in the playoffs. And all of a sudden the Lakers go,
Yeah. Do you think the Lakers would have won another chip if they'd have traded Kobe instead of Shaq?
No. I just think Shaq at that point needed a sidekick. Like he goes to Miami, he has Dwayne Wade. He wins a championship. I think the Lakers with like a backcourt of whoever it is, Derek Fisher and ordinary guard and Shaq. Yeah. Shaq at that point, by then Shaq was definitely beaten down. He was still the best center in the NBA, but he was manageable. So, no, I don't think so. I think they made the right decision. I mean, clearly they made the right decision.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
I mean, they had to. I mean, Kobe was not playing with Shaq anymore. Shaq was not playing with Kobe anymore. He was done.
Hello, guys. You just watched a clip from Pick a Side. If you like our content, please like and subscribe and share our content across every platform. It helps us grow. Thank you for watching, and see you later.